Welcome and thanks for joining. In this presentation, we'll explain why carrier reps keep changing so often and how that churn quietly damages your operations. And we'll introduce the idea of a tech advisor, someone who works for you, not a quota, so you can stop getting bounced around and start building continuity and long term tech strategy. Here's what we'll cover today. First, we'll unpack why reps keep changing and the hidden costs that follow. Then we'll look at how AI and automation have shifted the game, show real examples of savings and risk reduction, define what a tech advisor actually is, and finish with practical next steps for working with one. Most of you know the cycle. You finally get a rep who understands your business, they learn your unique environment, and then they disappear, leaving you starting over with a stranger. That repeated reset wastes time, kills momentum on projects, and forces you to re explain everything. So it's not just inconvenient, it's expensive. This isn't personal, it's structural. Reps are often hired to hit aggressive quotas. Territories and roles get reshuffled regularly, and vendors are pushing automation to cut costs. Those forces combine to make frequent turnover and impersonal support the norm, so your relationship continuity disappears every 12 to 18 months unless something changes. When reps churn, the costs go well beyond inconvenience. You lose context and institutional knowledge. Decisions stall and proposals vanish. Support becomes a nightmare, and strategic planning disappears. That hidden tax shows up as slow projects, duplicated work, and reactive tech decisions that reduce efficiency and increase risk over time. Your environment is rarely simple, a mix of office and remote sites, IoT sensors, legacy systems, security needs, and unique circuit requirements. Every time a rep changes, you waste hours re explaining those details so the new person can catch up. Time that should be spent on growth rather than educating vendors. And that lost context compounds quickly. You've probably been promised designs or proposals that never materialize. First, a commitment, then radio silence. Then you discover the rep is gone and you're handed off to generic support. That handoff often ends in deflection to 1-800 lines and repeated explanations, which leaves projects half finished and customers frustrated when follow through disappears. Over time, reactive tech decisions pile up and you end up with a Frankenstein stack. Quick patches, one off tools, and siloed contracts stitched together. The result is inconsistent phone systems, expired plans still billing random VoIP tools, cloud services from multiple vendors, and no single person tracking inventory or architecture for the long term. From the vendor side, automation and AI make perfect sense. Cut labor costs, scale support, and push self service. For you, that often translates to more bots, longer resolution times for complex issues, fewer humans who know your history, and more effort on your internal teams to compensate. Automation should help you, not create extra work for your staff. Vendor reps answer to their company's goals and quota, and support teams are trained to close tickets and follow scripts, not to protect your long term tech health. What you need is someone whose job is to protect your business across all providers, a single advocate who understands your roadmap, risks, and operational needs and stays with you over time. A tech advisor is vendor neutral, focused on your goals, and skilled across multiple domains like carriers, UCaaS, cloud, and security. Think of them as a coach for your technology stack. They listen first, audit your environment, design better options, manage implementation, and remain your ongoing point of contact to drive measurable outcomes. Side by side, the difference is clear. A carrier rep is tied to one product set, paid to sell that brand, and often disappears after sale. A tech advisor can mix and match vendors, is paid to design the right solution, stays as your ongoing contact, and builds a long term relationship focused on your success and strategic outcomes. A tech advisor starts by deeply understanding how your business operates, then audits what you're paying for and where risks hide, designs vendor neutral options that match your goals and budget, manages the often messy implementation details, and provides ongoing support so you have a single trusted point of contact after go live. The first step is discovery, a diagnostic conversation to map your physical and remote footprint, how people actually communicate, your bad tech day scenarios, and your 12 to 18 month roadmap. The goal is a complete picture of where your people are and how they work so solutions don't become obsolete in a year. The audit phase digs into every bill, contract, wireless line, internet circuit, phone system, and cloud or SaaS subscription to find waste and risk. Your tech advisor looks for unused lines, expired contracts, over provisioned services, single points of failure, security gaps, and anything that creates unnecessary cost or exposure for your business. Design is about options, not ultimatums. Based on discovery and audit, you'll get tailored choices. Optimize current vendors, swap specific pieces to better providers, or pursue a full transformation, each with cost comparisons, timelines, and risk mitigation, so you can decide what makes sense for your business without vendor pressure. Execution is the hardest part. Number porting, hardware procurement, installation scheduling across locations, cutover planning, testing and validation, and vendor escalation when things go wrong. A tech advisor orchestrates these logistics so your team isn't juggling multiple vendor contacts and the project actually gets completed on schedule. Ongoing support is where the value compounds. Your tech advisor remains the first point of contact for issues, advocates on your behalf with vendors, adds locations or users as you grow, conducts periodic reviews, and plans for technology changes so you get continuity and strategic foresight instead of constant churn. Here's a practical example. A company with 250 employees was being billed for 340 wireless lines with many ghost lines and unnecessary features, costing them significantly. We audited every line, removed ghost accounts and unused features, renegotiated plans, consolidated billing, and established quarterly reviews, delivering meaningful savings without downgrading service. In another case, a critical freezer failure created catastrophic risk. Instead of hoping someone notices, we designed a solution with temperature sensors, reliable connectivity, instant alerts to multiple contacts, and a managed response process. That proactive architecture prevents loss and shows how technology can turn risk into predictable outcomes. Phone systems often become a chaotic patchwork of legacy PBX, random VoIP tools, and personal cell phones with no unified experience. A Cambia digital tech advisor mapped call flows and pain points, designed a UCaaS solution, ported numbers for continuity, implemented auto attendance and CRM integration, and trained staff to move from chaos to one professional system. Ready to take the next step? Schedule a free tech reality check, a short 30 to 60-minute conversation to map your environment, run a quick audit of major contracts, and identify 2 to 3 immediate opportunities to save money or reduce risk, all with no pressure, just a clear picture so you can decide the right next move.